a half shell, turtle power. So, Unbiased Sports Talk, fellas. Glad to see you guys. Coach Mills, E, Molly Ma. Always a pleasure to have the four. Another night in Pod World. Welcome to Unbiased Sports Talk. Please, no biasness, Ron. Behave yourself.
I
No
don't think
rebuttals.
I don't think you got the message tonight. We're all supposed to dress like we're supposed to go rob somebody. You look like you're obvious as fuck.
Hold on. That was the memo? Because this nigga looked like Nino Brown over here. This dude looked like he about to rob somebody. And I look normal. And this is how I would rob somebody. So what the fuck? I didn't even
Allegedly.
know. Why y'all robbing niggas with jewelry on? What type of Nino Brown? What type of Nino Brown shit is this? Yeah, it was the big hand dude with the link. It was the dude that coach looked like Gerard that used to play for the Jaguars.
You
the
funny.
choker on.
How old were you when that movie came out?
No, good one. But you still watch the program too, nigga. So you ain't that old. Don't act like you not old, bro. No, seriously. I like this. Did y'all just get me? Did y'all all dress like y'all about to rob somebody? Or this is just
It's cold outside. I got a crew sweatshirt on. That's it.
Ron, you just had me. I said, this is how much I don't pay attention to the chat. That you put something in the chat and I didn't see it.
You did.
That's what I just thought right now. I was like, they got me.
It got rushed around with arguments. So it got buried.
He looked like somebody's grandma.
Let's go.
Grandma. All right, man.
Listen here. E. If you gotta put hands on somebody, I understand. Listen.
Hey.
Listen. And the way you dress, you look like you know what you're about to do. So I'm gonna leave you alone, bro. Listen.
I'm relaxed today.
It was one of those Tyler Perry movies.
Stop.
Okay, let's go. Start the show.
All right, fellas. In college football world, we're gonna go over to Do You Still Believe? Colorado taking a couple of hits. Boom, boom, boom. About four good ones. And I know a lot of us was really hyped in the beginning of the year. I just want to know, how do you guys still feel about the Colorado program? And do you guys still believe that Deion will still have a winning season with this program?
I mean, I still see at least 6 wins. That was my prediction from the get-go, and they're already halfway there. This program is already, 200% better than it was last year? And it's only year one. Year one, he went and got the skill. Next year, he going to get the power. So literally, he went and stacked up all his skill players he can probably muster and find. Next year, that transfer portal is going to bring in some new linemen on both sides of the ball, because he definitely needs a good rush to come in and put some pressure down. So what I'm seeing is they just got to close out games, because it shows they can hang in there, because they hung in there with USC. They hung in there last week, but then they gave it up last week. But they almost beat USC. Because it went from pretty much a blowout. It was looking like, all right, Oregon then, cut them in their side. Now they leaking. To somebody stop the blood, and they fighting back. This past weekend, I feel like it seemed like they got comfortable towards the end of the game too early. And then that just led to a downfall. Like I said, you got to play to the whistle. And it didn't feel like they played to their whistle in that last game. But if they show what they showed in the second half of USC the rest of the season, they could still win out some games. Not all of them, but I see them pulling off at least 3 more wins.
Yeah, I agree with Maul. And originally, 6-6 is what I was thinking as the optimal. 6-8, I think, is what I actually said during the podcast.
I think I said the same thing.
At best, they could do 8, but I realistically saw them doing 6. Looking at the rest of the schedule, it's gonna be tough. So they might end up 5, but I think either way, I still believe that this is a successful season for them. Obviously, what Maul talked about earlier with that one loss, one win last year. So I don't really have an issue with overall how the season's going. I think they've given up opportunities to have a better season what they have right now. Because USC, they had opportunity to win that game. Obviously, this last game they had an opportunity to win. And so really it just comes down to, despite the deficiencies they have on the line, is defense, being consistent, and discipline. Discipline has just been Achilles for them throughout the entire season. So I don't know why that is. Obviously, Dion is very disciplined. He's always prepared. So I'm not entirely sure why that's not translating fully over to the players. But I know Stephen A had a controversial take this week talking about Shador in the post that came out with his merch. So I don't agree with Stephen A on all that. That's besides the point. But the fact that he pointed out that he felt that it seems like the team, the players feel like they might have arrived when they really haven't accomplished anything yet. That is one of the things I can kind of agree with. It's like these guys sometimes feel like they're amped and hyped like they the best of the best. And you literally have not accomplished anything on this level yet. So outside of the guys that were obviously with him the last 2 years, they won the SWAC, but y'all haven't won over here yet. So prove yourselves here, establish yourselves, and then all right, you can pump your chest a little bit. So, but otherwise, I still believe in Dion and what he's trying to do over there.
Wrong. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Can you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, we good.
I believe that they will win 6. Some of the games that I marked down, I didn't have no belief in those games. They was going to win those ball games just because most of those teams already have like the icing on the cake versus a team that's building a cake from the bottom. That's what Colorado is. You know what I mean? They have to build everything from the ground up, while all these other teams, they just got to sprinkle a little bit here and there and stuff. The biggest takeaway I've been seeing is the battle of the quarterbacks. Clearly, whoever's going to have the better quarterback is going to win the ball game, and also whoever is going to actually put their foot down when it comes to their offense is going to win ball games also. Right now, what I've been seeing with Colorado since day one, you can't win no ball games if you don't have a run game. And you can't win no ball games if you can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you can't stop if you can't stop the run and you can't run, now you put yourself in a situation where now your quarterback has to do most of the running. And what I've been seeing from Shador now, he's been doing more.
I'm sorry.
What I've seen from Shador now is he's been doing more running in the first half now versus the whole Tom Brady mode thing. He's been saying he's been doing it in the second half.
So hold on, Ron. Question.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Mm-hmm. I saw your face. You pulled the wrong. I was like,
said, hold on a second. You said whoever got the best quarterback is gonna win these games.
Mm-hmm. I felt
so you felt Stafford had a better quarterback this past game?
No, Shador is a better quarterback.
But I agree. But what you said was whoever got the best quarterback gonna win these games, and then you went along and said basically everything besides that is what's gonna win the game.
Oh man, I've been summing it up because he's not better than the dude from Oregon, and he's not better from the dude from USC. And another game he's about to play in, he's not better than the quarterback from Washington.
So you think Nix is better than Shador?
Yes.
Okay.
As of now, he is. As of now.
But that solidifies your statement that's what you believe, right? You believe that those dudes are better, and if you believe that, then that matches your statement.
So I'm not going to disagree. Is Penix now better than Bo Nix?
Who?
Penix, the quarterback from Washington. Is he better than Bo Nix now?
Because they just beat
him. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think he's better.
We just kind of nitpicking on the fact that you said it, and I think that you're really more so focusing on the Pac-10, right?
Yeah, I'm just focused on the whole.
You focus on them, but I really see what you're saying. Majority of the time,
The better offense is
we
going.
had to probably find one that Marlon found with not 80% of the time is predicated on the offense and it's not a lot of defense. And we talked about this in the first probably episode when we start talking about Colorado, that there's a lot of good quarterbacks and it's going to come down to good quarterback play. Like Bron said, I'm going to cut you off. Are you still talking? Bron?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
You still talking, Bron?
You still going?
No, I answered each question.
So for Colorado though, their downfall is play calling too.
Oh. I agree. But
play calling in the fourth quarter has been iffy.
The play calling thing though, I've been listening to people offline about other stuff too though. Sometimes your play calling is also based on the guys that you got. You can't actually put somebody in a room that he don't really belong. The only adjustment I see if I was the coach of Colorado, the wide receiver Weaver number 10, he needs to go ahead and move away from the outside and move him to the slot. He does a way better job finding grass. Their wide receiver Jimmy Horn, move him to the outside because he's the fastest guy and make him beat the safety over time. Right now, what I say over and over offline is they're very predictable. Like if I'm playing against Colorado,
it's starting to be kind of predictable. Everybody's kind of figuring them out.
Right, kind of figuring them out.
I agree with everything all of y'all just said. I don't think there was nothing that anybody said that was disagreeable. I think we start back from the prediction. I think I said 6 to 8, 5 games left. 2 more ranked teams on their record. I see them
3
realistically winning 2 out of 5. Maybe I say I'm gonna be bold and say 3 out of 5. I mean 3 out of 5, but realistically it could be 2. And regardless, like Marlon said, from 1 to maybe 5 or 6 games is a hell of a progress. So most teams don't make that jump. If I see you winning 5, I can see you winning another 2 the following year. I can see you add another 1. Like is you're gonna build on that. And like what Ron said, some people already had their cake already built, icing on top of it, ready to decorate it and everything. You came in, new cake, new pieces. Like I said, he brought in a bunch of talent. But I think like Maul said, you still need those linemen. And you can already see when you playing at this level in college, what separates most people from the professionals is you still can take advantage of size. In college, you can come up against a program and you have the bigger line, you can dominate. And it makes me think about running back that come out of Alabama. Like they're dominant in college because they're bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. But when you get to the league, you get touched. You go down like anybody else, and you can't avoid because you're big. So unless you're Henry with gifted talent, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're going to come across people who are just as big as fast than you. But Shador said this, I think, in his first interviews, or maybe second interviews after like one of the first 2 games. He was speaking about the difference of being on the level he just played on and being on the level that he's playing on now. And the only thing he said was, he was like, oh, the linemen get off the blocks faster. Like, it's just different at the line of scrimmage. So he didn't say the talent is any different at the corner, the wide receivers. Like, we all can see there's talent. But I totally agree with all of y'all when it comes to, I still believe in Deion. Like he said, I still believe in what Deion is doing. I still think that they can get to 6 games. And the sky's the limit. The last thing, humble pie is really good. When they was, first couple of games, it was everybody. It was the glitz and the glamour. And I think being humble will help them moving forward, because it was kind of getting to a little bit of a circus for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to bash anybody, but it was getting to a point where it was like, all right, it was hype. It's getting good, but you got to win if you're going to keep doing that, because you're drawing a certain type of attention.
You can't keep having a crowd, yeah.
If you're going to keep that attention, you got to win, or they're going to start nitpicking and start saying all of this is a distraction. So when you're winning, everything you can do is good. And when you're not, everything is a distraction.
Question. With their current record, do you see them selling out all their seats again next year?
So that question one more time. I can't hear you.
So you know how they sold out pretty much all their games this year. With how they are playing this year, do you see that repeating next year?
Yes.
I say
You think so
I say yes if they make a bowl. If they don't make a bowl,
Because
there might
they
be
sold out with
a
expectations.
slight
They sold out with
decrease.
expectations that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say shoot. I say bowl or no bowl. But dude, this is Dion. Yeah, they're gonna Dion know how to bring out some bread crumbs for some kids and stuff and get those Colorado fans to buy in. You know, yeah, bowl or no bowl. Yeah, those fans is gonna be packed.
To answer your question, Marlon, and to piggyback on both y'all answers, that the fact that it's Dion, they're gonna watch. If they do go to a bowl, it will draw more attention, and you still don't know what recruits they might get, what players that might draw attention as well. So those your 2 points plus the added players. You never know what might draw those people in. And at the end of the day, people want to watch must-watch TV, and Dion right now is must-watch TV. And if he keep on drawing the attention, and if he just starts off winning more next year, it's going to come right back on.
Gotcha. I agree.
I don't even know if it's going to turn off until it gets to the point where maybe it just gets to the point where it's a turn off. It's either going to be up or down. It ain't going to be too much in between.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else, fellas?
I'm cool on that one.
Covered it.
The rebuttal though, like this. Yeah.
That one's for you.
You had your skull cap on.
I like the
when you start looking like AM.
Face
like, what you talking about, man? All right, man. We're gonna get to a topic where I'm gonna try to choose to not be biased. Ron did this on purpose, try to get personal with me. Or get my team involved in this. All right, fellas. After Sunday, there's a couple teams that was definitely hyped up. They took some L's. There are no more undefeated teams in the NFL. That being said, the 49ers and the Eagles took their first loss. And many might question or ask, after the loss, who do you believe in more? Do you still believe in the Niners? Do you believe in the Eagles? Who look like they got more exposed?
The Eagles.
Oh,
the Eagles.
He hit the button first.
Yeah, the Eagles. The Eagles.
Go. He want to go first and last. Look, he want to go first and last. So.
Yeah, you lost with both the premier corners not being there. That's a big fact. Very, very, very big fact. You had ample opportunities to win that ball game and you didn't. And you lost against Zach Wilson. The dude who they've been trying to kick out the league for the past, 2 years. Or not the league, excuse me. They've been trying to, say get rid of him, all other stuff. Like, yeah, you lost to that guy. And I found an interesting stat today that when Jalen Hurts is pressured, he has a record of 3-7. So, with that being said,
he was ready. When you come out with 4 good points,
yeah. And to keep this in mind too, let me also keep
5. They're coming up with 5.
Yeah, and let's keep this in mind to get to the 49ers real quick.
Oh, let's go.
Trent got his ass whooped by like a top 3 DN. And as I said before, a DN is way more of a disturbance to a quarterback than a D tackle. A D tackle disturbs the run. When you got a DN on your ass, he can make somebody look like they're going to throw the ball for 11 out of 27. And that's what happened. So that's my take.
So I'll piggyback on that. I agree with you, Ron. I'll make it simple because I'll let y'all go into other nuances.
What do you agree with, E? What part do you agree with?
Defense and all that. Eagles. I think I have less faith in. And it goes to Ron's point, quarterback. Jalen Hurts turned the ball over like 7 times this year already, more than last year. And Purdy's protecting the ball. 1 interception on the year. Solid team around him. I think you can argue the weapons. I guess we would say Eagles got better outside weapons, but overall the team we feel is solid. I think everybody agrees with that as far as what the 49ers have. So I just have more faith right now from what I've seen in the 49ers sticking to their game plan, protecting the ball, having less turnovers, which obviously leads to you winning games if you can control the ball and not turn it over and have great defense. And to Ron's point, Jalen, I'm not totally sold on. He's played okay over his first 3 years. He's in his 4th year now. Now is when I'm expecting you to ball out, and hasn't quite hit that mark yet. So
that's a key point right there.
That's where I'm at right now at the Eagles, and they got to play the Cowboys and all them, but their quarterback play is questionable over there as well. So. But they're gonna have to fight. I think they got the Eagles. They're gonna have to fight. They got I think a tougher schedule left than the 49ers as well.
Who's suspect as well?
Dak.
Who the fuck is Dak?
Don't do that. Marlon, go. Marlon, go. Marlon, go. Marlon,
hey,
go.
Nah. We need to learn something. We need to learn 101. I ain't take y'all back to school session 101 in a long time. I'm just gonna interrupt you for 2 seconds. When you good, don't you get like people call you by one name, or Flash, Kobe, Dak. His name was Dakota. His mama named him Dakota. You gonna call him Dakota. He has not earned Dak anymore. He's Dakota. Back to regular schedule programming. Sorry, Mom.
But yeah, that's my take on it. So that's where I'm at right now.
All right. Unbiasedly, I am torn, to be honest. Because the Eagles should not be in this position coming off of a Super Bowl appearance. And then the 49ers, their weapons are now injured. So you got your top 2 weapons. McCaffrey, injury. That's the top 1 weapon they have. Because you got somebody who's going to run the ball, who's going to catch it in the flats. There was a potential Debo injury as well. I'm not saying other people won't step up, but when 2 of your biggest possible distractions for other people to step up before that, we'll see. And this is going to be Purdy's first full year. I do see the upside in him, but every time the 49ers have a quarterback with great upside, it's like they either get injured or they leave as of late.
Everybody gets injured.
Huh? I
ain't mean to cut you off. Everybody gets
injured. No. I'm just saying, but I'm talking at the quarterback position.
I'm just not being biased.
I hear you. I'm just saying,
real. Real, man. But yeah,
as of late, they have either got the last couple quarterbacks injured or left. But,
you got me laugh so hard. I'm about to get tears in my eyes.
I'm trying not to laugh because you said everybody gets injured.
Did you hear in my soul, bro? Everybody gets injured.
Like I said, I do agree with you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring it back full circle, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Marlon, I agree. The weapons played a factor. Yeah, in the loss when you lose McCaffrey, when you lose Debo, and I'm be honest with you, McCaffrey unlocks a running back like McCaffrey unlocks your offense when you have all those other weapons. And Purdy hasn't played without him. And you're also playing the number 1 defense. Come back to E. I agree with your point with year 1 starting versus this is your 3rd year. So my expectations for you are going to be a little higher. Come back to Ron, where Jalen's stats and how you play him is already now out there. And I think the Redskins exposed him along like a year ago how they played him because they have a good front 7 like the 49ers. Good D tackles, good DNs, good front 7. Linebackers could be a little bit better. Second, but they have a good front 7. And I thought that when you play a quarterback like that's mobile, what you do is you try to be more disciplined and keep him in the pocket. You try not to let him get out the pocket. You just contain him and tell him to beat you from the pocket. If you can stop the run and force him to stay in the pocket, how good is he? Is his arm good enough to beat you? And Jalen right now, people don't think that his arm is good enough to beat you. And if with the team that he has, you got to pick your poison. And that's the poison I'm probably going to pick because I can't let them run down my throat all day. And if I do come up and run and try to stop them, there is a possibility with those weapons that I think E said that's probably better on the outside. I'm not going to disagree with Brown. As two pure wide receivers, threats, they're better wide receivers. Ayuk is a good wide receiver. I would take him in Brown but Debo's wide receiver skill set as a wide receiver, they don't compare to those two. As weapons, they're both equal as weapons. But as wide receivers, no, I'm not going to be biased. Purdy looked a little shaky, but Ron, you said something, and it ain't even going to get underneath my skin. At first, I thought about it like, you talking about Trent guy. No, Ron, you wrong. You wrong. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. You're right and you're wrong. Trent got his ass whooped, but we all got our ass whooped. You need to be specific. Trent didn't just get his ass whooped. We all got our ass whooped. First of all, we got punched in the mouth, and we got exactly what we needed. They came out there faking on their field, woofing, starting fights before the game. Debo, IU, Trent had to come save them, and then Trent got his ass whooped. Debo got his ass whooped. Everybody aiming for McCaffrey. I'm pretty sure. I feel like they put a bounty on my team out there. I felt like Gary Williams was the coach out there, but they deserved it. There was a team that was as physical as you. You smack people in the mouth. How does it feel to get smacked back? Now go back into the board game in the drawing board. Go back and look what you did right, what you did wrong. Fix it. But that can be fixed, and not too many teams is going to be able to do that. What was done to Jalen Hurts can be done by multiple teams.
Agree.
Question. Does Julio make a difference?
Yes.
Going forward.
Yes.
But
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just that's a question. I'm not saying nothing negative against him.
Yes.
Availability is the best ability. And last I seen, that dude don't stay healthy. Now,
Yeah, but
talent-wise, yes, I'm with you. Talent-wise, he helps anybody if he's healthy.
yeah, I mean, but just look. I'm just if they smart, he ain't gonna really get no real burn until the next 3 weeks. They're gonna implement him very slowly. And not like I said before, I need to work on that. Another thing that draws my mind when it comes to that team, he doesn't have to be their vertical threat. They already got AJ Brown. They already got Devontae Smith. He's literally going to be the extension of the tight end. So he's going to be another big body to help out Jalen Hurts as far as throwing the ball to him. Now, is that going to ultimately matter? We will see, because it goes both ways. You mean if Julio lost a step, then there's no need of having him. But if Jalen, still out there throwing the ball like he got a pillow in his hand, it don't mean nothing either.
So you don't think they can implement Julio in like the goal line? A nice goal line offense, get a quick fade.
To be honest with you, Julio's never been a red zone receiver.
I knew that boy was about to say that. I know that boy like the back of my mind. That boy has been talking about Julio for 45 years, and he's only 29. I swear to you. I knew he was about to say that because he ain't been a good red zone threat, and he's been talking about this since his argument with Julio and Antonio Brown and Matt Ryan and Ben Roethlisberger. Dude, this dude has been battling with this for a minute, but guess what? He's right. He is actually right, and I agree with him that he had. I think he might have been misused as a red zone threat. Matt Ryan suspect a little bit. I agree with you with that, Ron. But I don't think I agree with you on this. Implement him slow. See how it go.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? I have no expectations. Because if I have expectations that think I'm going to see any type of Julio that I saw before, I might be disappointed. It might be like the Moss on the 49ers. Do you remember Moss played with the 49ers?
I remember.
Some people don't even remember. Because you don't remember, that's how he looked stuck like he paused. That's how I know.
I mean,
Do you
it
remember Maul
was
playing before
forgettable.
Nasty? And that's how sometimes when you see a person like that come back and play, it might look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all saying the same thing. I think the game plan that the Jets implemented, especially with them not having two of their stars, because see the Browns had everybody, and the Browns also, if I saw this prior coming into the game, they have a record right now when it comes to their defense that they're holding everybody under. No, as so far as the defense, they have only allowed under 1,000 yards of total offense. That's amazing.
They're like the number one ranked defense actually right
They're,
now.
they're like
But
the number one.
None of y'all going to dog us for still losing to
I mean,
the
Nick
dude that y'all
Bosa,
still
they
don't
said
even
he
really even
struggles
know.
against
PJ, what's his name? PJ Masks?
Walker.
What's his name? Walker.
Yeah. I mean, nah, bro, because man, listen, I saw what Myles Garrett was doing to Trent. I said, this is looking bad.
Myles Garrett. He built
Miles,
crazy.
man,
Let me ask you a question. What dude you
Miles
think in the league, what tackle you think in the league? And Trent's the beast, right? He's the beast.
Mhm.
But Myles Garrett is different.
He's not. He's
That's
not
a humble
garbage.
man.
He's like Reggie White with Charles Haley's, and like it's a mixture of a bunch of dogs in one.
He
And
got
he ain't no
Michael
little
Strahan
dude,
style.
so he don't gotta dance with you. He can just really abuse you.
Yeah, because he got Strahan size with like pepper speed.
But I would love to see that matchup in Trent's prime.
Yeah, if he goes to like a Robert Mathis school for like moves, he'd be
and hit him with the
more
spin.
elite.
Spin, hit him off the hip, spin, boom.
Not even like, but even getting lower too.
But when you that
low.
dominant, bro, sometimes you do what you do best. I don't have to be spinny. I don't have to be the white Freeney. I'm Reggie White. Listen,
but like,
I watched Reggie the other day. Once you start getting to the point where you're so dominant, you can start getting jiggy just a little bit.
But you
feel me? Because they just don't know what's coming.
You know another thing though that's working out with Myles Garrett, they're finally their D line. They're having other people that's complementing his game also too. So
Smith is definitely helping.
Because Myles has been Myles, right? But now when you got another dancing partner, he doesn't have to be like actually saying, but he's actually like delivering some pressure. It's making your life easier. Because I said the same thing about Aaron Donald. Before Aaron Donald was Aaron Donald was playing right beside Robert Quinn, and Robert Quinn was a dog. So
I agree.
And Aaron Donald's on record how he took some moves from Robert Quinn, and then you look forward, he had guys like Lorenzo Carter, Brockers and stuff. So it helps you be dominant. It helps you be dominant.
But Ron, you had a point though, bro. They had all they starters, and usually Cleveland's been going through a bunch of different health issues, injuries on defense. Like their corners been like over the last few years coming in and out.
Receivers.
You had Clowney. But he's some games, and it was just been Garrett there for a lot of games, and then Garrett's been banged up a little bit. So, you got a healthy Browns defense that's looking kind of nasty. When you got to put pressure on your corner, on your quarterback like that, and you got back help like that, you can do a lot of things, and you can go man to man like that because that's what they did. They beat us in the mouth, went man to man, and said beat us.
But hold on a second. I was gonna say, didn't they miss a field goal?
No, we could have won that game. No, I'm not gonna say.
So hold on. That's my question. Are we even talking about this if they made that field goal?
Nah,
are you analyzing them this hard? If they win that game,
they still smacked. They still smacked us in the mouth.
I'm just saying. Everybody's questioning them now that they lost.
No. I'm not knocking your point. Your point is valid. I argue the fact that game was winnable, and Purdy, to me, why I still give him props. He still drove them down the field
Down the
and put
field.
them in
Right.
position to win.
Okay. That's
So-
a question.
He did do
Oh,
that.
let me say another reason why you talk about this game. Even if they won, even if you won, you went to war with their third string quarterback. The third string quarterback was out there having chemistry with wide receivers when he's actually getting reps with third and fourth guys and stuff.
But isn't Purdy a third string?
No, Purdy ain't no third string.
Technically, he
Technically,
was.
he was.
We can end it on that, my brother.
And